It is the only English-speaking country sitting on the South American continent, with a population of just over 700,000. Guyana's capital, Georgetown, is on the coastline. The country earns a significant amount of its gross domestic product (GDP) from gold mining, a large employment sector located in the country's hinterland regions, a sector predominantly populated with men. It is to these regions women and girls are often trafficked under the pretext of high-paying domesticated jobs. The scourge of trafficking in persons in Guyana existed for many years, leaving many of the opinion that the government needs to do more to address trafficking in persons. All requests to government officials for interviews on this subject have not been granted. Nevertheless, one newly formed non-governmental organization (NGO) is championing the fight against trafficking in persons. Its efforts include but not limited to rescuing several girls from remote interior locations within Guyana. The Guyana Women Miners Association President Simona Brooms.
You have to rescue them, you have to deal with the person that you're rescuing them from, you have to deal with the people in the location, you have to think about the safety, how quickly you could get out of there. Sometimes we just creep out back by different shortcuts and at nights and long journeys, sleepless days to get back to the nearest police station.
Within the association, there is a trafficking unit. The unit sources its own funds, and at times, with members using their own personal monies, a rescue mission costing about US $6,000 is embarked upon.
It started a journey from Georgetown about 2 a.m. in the morning. Of course, we will ready ourselves with our coolers and waters and meals and all of that, and heading in some of the most rough waterways and roadways.
Once the team is in the field, the unit makes several stops at shops which are usually known for such activities. The ladies are usually educated on their rights.
It is so rampant out there that by the time we get there and start awareness and start to do sensitization, most of the time we have never get actually to finish the distance that we might have want to carry out, because you could always find 2, 3, 4 when I say children, because most of our victims are below age 18. And
the situation and stories emanating from Guyana regarding trafficking in persons don't paint a good picture.
One of the most memorable ones is the 14-age that we've had at Buruni. And to see these girls, because they were all well tutored in terms of lying about their age. They were well educated about the organization by the trafficker as to what to say and how to really maneuver themselves. But immediately as we got there, and even they tried to lie, we could have detected, because we have our own internal training in the unit.
Recognized by United States government through its State Department for her work in trying to stem the flow of trafficking in persons in Guyana, Mrs. Brooms explains that survivors of trafficking in persons experience some of the most inhumane treatments.
We've had one, a 12-year, who was chained in a house and was hidden in a suitcase under a bed. I think those were some of the harsh ones, because they were pretty. She was so little that they could have fitted her in a suitcase. She was well full up.
For the year 2013, the association rescued a record number of 26 women and girls. However, the group has had its fair share of challenges.
In terms of funding, we're not being funded. I run the organization. We come together with the women with my own resources. Membership, it's paid a year by some of the members, $20,000 a year for membership, and some of the membership they would put funding, and we do fundraising activity to raise fund.
The Combating Trafficking of Persons Act of 2005 prohibits all forms of trafficking and prescribes stringent penalties ranging from 3 years to life imprisonment, commensurate with rape. But for this champion, that should not be the end of the road.
There's no provision, there's no home, there's no mechanism in structured system to deal with these victims of trafficking in person. So I think that we're at a stage that we're still in denial, in spite of the evidences out there. And this year I hope that we will start to change these things. I've had a meeting with the Minister of Human Services saying to her it is not a time to put our heads in the sand, but for us to fight for Guyanese people to bring an end to modern day slavery in Guyana.
Guyana currently stands at Tier 2 on the watch list for trafficking in persons, and according to Ms. Brooms, all must work together in a holistic manner to combat this growing concern. Handel Duncan, HBTV Channel 9 Guyana, for Live Up the Show.